Next up, just in time for your New Year's resolutions, a few tips on leadership from a Pittsburgh native who has learned a thing or two as his career has taken him around the world. Please stay with us. As we navigate three big challenges for our region, pandemic, recession, and a racial reckoning, leadership has never been more important, but maybe not in the traditional sense. Pittsburgh native and longtime pharmaceutical executive Omar Harris says we need more servant leadership to better manage such challenging times. Well, what does that mean, and why does it make a difference? Well, Harris has written 2 books on the subject, The Servant Leader Manifesto and The Leaderboard, the DNA of high-performance teams. And Omar Harris joins us now from Charlotte, North Carolina, and welcome home, at least virtually.
Thank you very much, Bill. Very happy to be home virtually.
Yeah, and I understand, although you've lived all around the world over the course of your career, you still make it back to our region from time to time?
Definitely. I've always traveled home for the holidays. Even when I was living as far away as Indonesia, I would make the 30-hour, 35-hour commute back to home to be with family. So Pittsburgh is home, definitely.
No, that's really great. Well, tell me a little bit about your journey. Obviously left here full-time as a child and wound up in the pharmaceutical business. How did that come about, and how did that shape the executive you became?
Well, I did. Why? I mean, in a short story, I moved from Pittsburgh when I was 5 years old and ultimately lived in Charleston, West Virginia for a while, then moved on to Lake Charles, Louisiana, and ended up going to Florida A&M University for college. And one of the things that's unique about the Florida A&M School of Business and Industry is that you're required to go on 3 internships, corporate internships, while you're still in school. And my first internship was with Pfizer Inc., which is in the news right now because Pfizer is one of the 2 companies that has the coronavirus vaccine, which is coming out very, very soon. So it's kind of coming full circle for me. But yeah, I worked for Pfizer as a 21-year-old sales rep in Detroit, Michigan. And that took off my pharmaceutical career from there. I moved on to, I did another internship with Pfizer in Brazil for 18 months when I was 23 years old. And then I joined Schering-Plough Pharmaceuticals when I was 25 after I finished graduating my MBA degree, and ultimately ended up going back to Brazil for 2 more years. And then I went to Turkey, went to Indonesia, back to Brazil a 3rd time, and now I'm back to the U.S. and full-time working in the consulting, speaking, and motivational field.
Why do you think servant leadership is so important at this particular time?
Well, it's more important than ever now, Bill, because we're living through the most diverse workforce in history, and the rules of the past are not going to apply to this group of people. Gallup states that only 35% of working people are highly engaged at work, which means 65% of people hate their jobs. And one of the reasons why they hate their jobs is because of their manager. And this is because managers are still in the boss archetype and haven't evolved towards a leadership style that allows them to connect with, bring the best out of every individual, and then help collectively them achieve all of their goals. So really, this is what servant leaders do. With humility, will, and empathy, they're able to connect with each individual, no matter where they come from, or what their diversity is, and bring out the best of that individual for the result of higher productivity and engagement overall.
Yeah, and do you think it delivers results? Have you seen that in your career, that approach can make a big difference?
Well, I had a very successful career. I left pharma as a vice president and general manager of a large country operation in Brazil. It definitely fueled my career, even though I saw a lot of my peers leading with the other style of the boss hierarchy. And I really saw that this approach to leading people really does make a difference and drives the same level of results as the other style, but you do it more sustainably and you do it without people having to hate you.
So only a few seconds left, but I wonder if you're a manager right now, you're a leader right now, what's the first thing you need to think about to begin to adopt this hopefully more effective style?
Really comes down to your mindset, habits, and your own tracking. So start with yourself. So if you want to be a better leader for others, be a better leader for yourself. Look at your mindset. Make sure you're more proactive and positive. Make sure you are implementing the right habits for yourself so you can implement that for your teams. And ultimately, make sure that you are holding yourself accountable for serving others so that others will serve the greater purpose of the organization.
Once again, the book's called The Servant Leader Manifesto, and you can find it wherever books are sold.